Hi everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Alicia Phoenix, the head of marketing at Prolong Lash, and I'm here with the lovely Jody, our CEO. So today
we're going to talk about a great topic, and it's one that's quite controversial too. So I know your opinion on it, I have my opinion on it. So do you charge clients more for weekend lashing? Do you go ahead and increase your prices because of the weekends?
Well, let's talk through the pros and cons of doing it and not doing it, and see if we can give people some insight into how it can work for their business, whether they can implement something like that.
Or work against their business. Lots of them. So let's go. Let's start off with the first thing, and I'm going to ask you the question. Did you charge extra for your weekends?
Did I? I did not charge extra for my weekends, no. And I never really considered charging extra for my weekends, and I guess the reason for that is that I charged a premium price all the time. So I charged the most possible amount of money that I thought my clients would tolerate, and I was fully booked all the time, and I didn't feel that I needed to charge a premium for weekends or evening appointments. And in saying that, I targeted my audience specifically because I really wanted to work during work days, so that I could spend time with my family on the weekends. So my Saturdays, I worked only on Saturdays, and I only worked from 7 a.m. till 12 p.m. So I was done by 12. So I only had a couple of Saturday appointments. Probably could have charged even more for them, but I felt like I was charging the most I could charge, because why wouldn't you charge the most you could charge for any appointment?
It does make sense. It does make sense. I suppose I'm coming from the retail background where Friday nights you get extra money, Saturdays you get extra money, Sundays you get extra money. It's kind of a natural thing from the industry I've come from that your rate doubles by Sunday. Yeah. On Sunday you're on time and a half. So in my mind it would make obvious sense that a Friday night appointment should cost more than a Tuesday morning appointment.
Yeah.
And particularly if you book work weekends and you do weddings or something else, I would assume that you would charge more for that. But that's just me. I suppose in a salon too, it would work differently than in working on your own, in your own workplace.
That's what I was going to say. It's really, just from what you're saying, you can see how it would make sense if you had staff.
Because you'd have to pay your staff extra. So then you have to get your expenses back. So you pay your staff extra to come in on a Saturday and do the same amount of sets that they do on a Tuesday. You've got to cover your costs and still come out with some sort of margin from your day work. And so, that's something you've got to take into consideration. If you are on your own and you can afford to do what Alicia did, well, then obviously that's your choice.
Yep.
But if you're working out of a salon and you're the owner of the salon and you know your staff are going to get paid extra, I would say that I would be charging extra on my weekends.
Would you, as a customer, pay extra to go to an appointment on the weekend?
Absolutely. We work Monday to Friday. We work Monday to Sunday really at Prolong, but say we work Monday to Friday as a norm and we're in the office, and then we race home, we get the shopping. This is my life. Race home, get some shopping, cook some dinner for the kids, sit with the kids, try and have time with the kids, try and squeeze a gym in there, try and go for a walk with friends, maybe have a glass of wine and fall asleep in bed. Couldn't think of anything worse than having to fit an hour and a half lash appointment in that time, or a 2-hour lash appointment. That's me personally, and there's got to be Jodies out there that do that. So for me, my weekend comes, hopefully it's not Black Friday or one of those things, and we've got the weekend off. I'm quite relaxed then to do that. And yes, I would pay 20, 30, I'd pay up to 15, 20% more for the weekend surcharge. And you kind of get used to that with restaurants on public holidays. You kind of get used to that. It's not even an expectation for me.
I get so pissed when I go to a cafe on a Saturday.
Tell us she's not a drinker. She doesn't mean that kind of. She means angry.
I don't think Americans call getting drunk pissed, do they? I think that's a very Australianism.
Okay.
Yeah, we get.
There you go.
That's getting on the piss.
Getting drunk.
Getting pissed is getting drunk.
Getting drunk.
It can also mean angry.
Okay.
I would be angry. I do get angry when I go to cafes, and it's like I'm grabbing my coffee and I go there all week and I get the same coffee every week, and then on a Saturday it costs me an extra $1.20 to get a coffee. No, that's
Take a step
Not
back.
fair.
We'll take a step back. Take a step back. Okay, so you get charged on credit cards 3% to use a credit card in a restaurant. You get charged over the phone to use a credit card. It's because that company have to pay a percentage on that sale. So a sale might be $20, 3% charge is taken out. It's like a commission. So you could get that commission back. If it's a credit card, you have to say to them, you can use your credit card, that's fine, not a problem, but there's a 2% surcharge because that's what they're getting charged to use that. I think it's quite smart business, being able to pass that on. And I don't think the majority of people don't expect that sort of charge. I mean, in America, it's very different. The rate is standard 7 days a week, and the tipping is what they live off for their salaries, so to speak. But even tipping, I've noticed that if it's a weekend or someone's got you a better table or you've got some extra service, you give more tip. So I think going in on a weekend when they're very busy, when their staff cost more, when they're to have their shop or cafe open, the expectation to pay a little bit more of a surcharge, for me, I'm comfortable with.
Yeah. So
But
I'm seeing
they're all
some,
different.
yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. And I'm seeing some times where charging more for a weekend as a lash artist makes a lot of sense. That is, if you have staff to pay and you do need to pay them extra on a Saturday, or maybe you don't need to pay them extra, but maybe you will because you're an awesome boss and you want to keep your staff and you want to incentivize them to keep on working.
Their personal time.
Yeah,
Because
well,
they might
it's
be
not if it's part of their shift.
But they might be with someone that has Saturdays off. Their
Mhm.
partner, their
Mhm.
kids,
Mhm.
they might have the Saturday off. So that
Yeah.
is their personal time.
Yeah, that's true. So that might be a time where charging more would really work for you. If you're fully booked on a Saturday, if every single Saturday you're booked and people are trying to squeeze in, charge more and then
Absolutely.
see who's willing to pay it. Like get that premium up as high as you can. See how much you can charge.
And it might make your
Until
other
you hit.
days more full because of it.
Mhm.
It might
Yeah.
make that busy Tuesday. You might be able to do some sort of incentive on that Tuesday where your staff are all there still because they're full time. You may be able to push them over to Tuesday and say, hey, if you come Tuesday, we do 10% off. Or if you come Tuesday, you can have any time you want.
Mhm.
Or if you come Tuesday, Rhonda is available if that's the person you'd like to see, but she's always booked out on Saturdays.
Yeah.
May push your bookings over to another time slot.
Yeah, make everything a bit more manageable for you. It may free up some spaces on Saturdays for a higher paying clientele that you want to slot in. If you've got someone, I'm just imagining that one person that I used to have that has been seeing me for 8 years, and I never really increased my price for them because, we were like pretty friendly and she's been really loyal to me and that kind of thing. Sometimes it's hard to shift that, especially if you're a one-man band, you're not working in a salon. If you're working by yourself, you do develop these personal relationships with people, and you do have those people where you go, my prices have gone up, but I'm not going to put them up for you. And all of a sudden, she's got $30 off every single lash appointment, and all of a sudden she's coming in every Saturday at a premium spot and just expects that. I think that's a good opportunity to kind of shift those people and go, you know what? All blanket rule Saturday appointments. You can keep your cheap price if you come in during the week. So you can free up
Gives you
space for premium clients.
gives you that flexibility. And I think we've talked about this before. Don't be scared to make that change. It's your business and you're running a business. You're not running a charity and you're not running something that you don't want to make money out of. So think about it, like set a goal with it. Don't just make the change. Start to warn people on the Saturdays, start to talk to them on the Saturdays when they come through. Start to say, listen, over the next couple of weeks, I'm adjusting some pricing. The Saturday is going to be extra for the sets. I've got more staff on and the costs are going up. Honest with your clients. And then if they say, I don't want to pay that, then offer them during the week. I mean, some clients, you may lose clients.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You
Is
may.
it fair? Like, let's talk about the client who they're a Jody. They work 9 to 5 during the week. They don't have time after hours. They've got kids at home. Is it fair for them to be punished because they need a Saturday appointment? They can't come in any other time. They've been coming to you for a few years, and all of a sudden you're saying you have to pay more because I feel like getting paid more on a Saturday.
Well, I suppose you can look
Is
at
that
it.
fair to them?
You can look at it individually. If you've had someone coming in for a few years,
Should you make individual rules for individual clients?
I wouldn't personally. No,
I
wouldn't.
would
personally.
advise against it. I've done it,
Yeah.
but I would advise.
Yeah,
I would advise.
I would personally make it a blanket rule, and I just.
So then, is it fair for your
You want.
clients?
Yes, it is fair for your clients because they're coming at your premium time. Expectation This is just me, an expectation anywhere I go on a Saturday or Sunday, I expect to pay more. I'm just used to that. It's just you go into town, parking's more expensive. You go out for dinner, there's surcharge on your food. It's a public holiday, you're charged to walk down the street. So
Yeah, you sure are.
it's not that I agree with it. I don't agree with it, but it's why should you be missing out on that opportunity when it's already out there? It's out there for people to understand. Look, probably 70% of the people will be okay about it, and you might have
Well,
that 30%.
let's talk about the worst case scenario if you went ahead and did this.
You lose a client.
Yeah, and then what happens if you charge, say, my rule is it's going up on a Saturday for premium. None of your clients are okay with that. We're talking about worst case scenario. No one books in on a Saturday anymore, and you now don't have a day of the week. But also those people can't fit in elsewhere because your after hours are probably already booked out too. And, they can't come in during the week because that's why they're coming on a Saturday. They're busy during the week. They're not available any other day. So is that a scenario that you think could happen?
Do you? I don't. I don't personally think you'd lose a whole day of lashing over increasing a price. I don't think there'd be a whole lot that would go, that's it, we're not coming back to you. I mean, are you that good? If you're that good, would you think you'd lose a client by upping your prices by $20
No,
or $15?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't
No,
lose
my
clients.
my clients would come back. I'm just trying to
No,
play
devil's advocate. That's fine. That's what
And
we're
I
here
just
for.
want to think about what's the worst things that can happen. Like, what are the cons here? Like, what are the bad situations that can come of charging on a weekend? Like, my thing is, I'm thinking people will find it unfair. Do you want those people as clients that are like crybabies, being like, that's not fair?
Well, you always talk about getting the premium clients.
Okay.
And I can assume from being at things like LashCon and in community groups that a lot of us don't charge enough.
Oh,
So
absolutely true.
this is an opportunity for you to, and we've talked about this before, about increasing your prices just across the board. This could be an opportunity weekends to increase your prices because you are too cheap.
Without a blanket.
And you don't
Increase.
without a blanket increase. And if you value your work and you're good at it and you've got a great client base or even a good client base, is that the customer you want? That if you increase it by $10 and she stops out, maybe it's time to say goodbye to that customer and go for a customer that will pay the price that your work's valued at and will pay what you should be earning.
Very good. I'm very happy with this outcome because I just want everyone to increase their prices, honestly. And it is a great opportunity. And let's not stop at the weekends. Let's also, if you're not wanting to do blanket, let's also do after hours. If it's past 5 p.m. and you want an appointment anytime after 5 p.m. or anytime on a Saturday or a Sunday, it's $20 more than our standard during the week hours.
Absolutely agree. And if someone rings up and wants a special appointment, even more out of your hours, don't be shy with that one either.
Yeah. See, now I'm really not good at this debate about pros and cons because I just can't see any cons here, I'm having trouble with the cons.
You keep on throwing them at me, but I keep on having answers. I keep on having the answers, so I'm ready.
Think about it, like give some real perspective to people about whether it's going to work for their business. But all I can do is say it's going to work for your business. Do it.
Yeah, and I think that this is a time where the lash education, plus being a salon owner yourself, and the business education that I have, mixing them together and talking about things like this, we're just trying to show you that you're probably not charging enough anyway. It's a good opportunity to increase your prices on weekends. Your overheads, if you're in a salon, are more. I don't care who you are. Your overheads on the weekends are more. Everything is increased on the weekends. You might, I don't know, people don't pay much cash anymore. Everything's on credit card, but you may be able to say, if you pay cash, you won't be charged that, 5% surcharge. If you pay cash, you might have the rate. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah, because then you don't have to pay your credit card fees.
Then you don't have to pay the credit card fees and commissions and everything. I mean, there's things you can juggle around with that if people, have a problem with the credit card surcharge. But I would be adding a credit card surcharge. If people use their credit card and you start to add on, maybe not do everything at once. Don't shock them all and say prices are going up, doing this on weekends, adding credit card charges.
But also,
think about your business costs.
I will say that there's a con of adding a credit card surcharge, that people feel that you're just passing on a fee to them that's a fee that's really part of running your business. Like, I kind of feel dirty about a credit card a surcharge.
Dirty.
Yeah. If like I go to a restaurant and they're like, if you're going to pay on credit card, it's 1.2% surcharge. And I'm like, but it's a cashless world. I don't know about wherever you're from or wherever you're living, but in Melbourne, Australia, half of the places don't even take cash anymore. Your only option is credit card. I don't even take my wallet anywhere. I just pay for everything on my phone. So I kind of am
But it's
like,
different in the
can
US.
you not charge me a credit card surcharge on basically the only option I have? However, if they just put up all their prices $2, I probably wouldn't even notice or care about a credit card surcharge, you know? Maybe don't tell me that you're charging me a credit card surcharge. Just absorb the cost into your business and pass it on to me in a more eloquent way.
Yes, there you go. That's another bit of advice.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't be scared. Just don't be scared to have a look at your business, look at your expenses over the month, look at how it's trading, look at where your clients are up, ebbing and flowing and where they sit at, and choose those really busy days and put your prices up. It's premium time. It's your time. It's time you could be spending with your family. It's time that people want to spend with their family, and we get that. So they're rushing in and rushing out anyway. It's the only time they can come in, but it's your premium time. You're paying your staff premium time. And if you're not, putting the prices up may give your staff an incentive to hang around on that Saturday.
Yeah. You don't want your staff that you've worked hard training, spent time with, you know, turn them into this great lash artist that you really want working for you to go, oh, yeah, they're charging all this money and I'm not seeing it come into my pocket in any way. Like, and we know that running a business has a lot of overheads, and sometimes staff don't appreciate how much it costs you to run a business, and they see you charging $200 for a set and they're getting paid $20 an hour and they get like irritated. Give them the incentive. Charge extra on a Saturday. Pay them more on a Saturday. You may not see that money in your pocket, but you'll keep your staff happy, and in the long run, it'll save you money because recruitment process is costly.
Yeah, very, very much so. And also, I've noticed a couple of times I've gone into my hairdresser that I go to. She has apprentices working, and sometimes if I can't get a booking because I'm always lastminute.com, she will say, I can't do your hair, but such and such can. She's training, she'll be cheaper for you, I'll oversee it.
Yeah, there you go. So not only you could have a weekend surcharge, but you can have
a weekend trainer,
staff surcharge as well, like depending on the level of staff member. I mean, when I go to my osteo, I know I have that. He's the primary osteopath in the clinic, and I pay $20 extra to see him over anyone else. So
and you don't begrudge that. So,
I don't, because I want the best.
And what about lawyers? They put on their you get the head lawyer, and that's this much money. You'll get the associate, who's this much money, and then you'll get the person, the clerk or whoever's starting out.
Yeah.
And it depends on what you need. So
there's different options for surcharging, adding that extra income into your business, and valuing your expertise, valuing the time that you're spending in your business, and getting your clients to value it.
Yeah. Staff's timing too.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, look, it is. Some people just aren't going to feel comfortable with this. They're not going to feel comfortable at all. But think of it another way too. You might be able to, on the Saturday, you might be able to put another staff member on, and that staff member can do a couple of sets of lashes, but can also be out front as welcoming teas, coffees. Like you can offer a little bit extra service maybe on the Saturday, or even have a floating staff member that can assist in your retail area. Try and build your retail area on that day where your expenses are a bit higher, and get someone in there that knows how to sell, and sell your aftercare, sell your Prolong Lash, sell your whatever else you've got, your own brand that you've turned into from Prolong Lash. Look at your margins on your retail area and see if you can increase your revenue in that area to compensate, you know, the extra service, the extra money you're charging, because they'll say, oh, we get this, and you might have a bowl of mints, and you might have a water jug made up with lemon in it. Saturdays might become a little bit different music. Maybe take a theme on the Saturday.
Saturday's a special day.
Saturday spa day. You know?
Saturdays you have cupcakes. Reception.
With the increase, maybe the customer needs to.
But don't pour all that money that you just made into these special treats either.
No, I understand that. But maybe for the first couple of Saturdays, make the transition for the customer, make them feel like that, the client, sorry, I call them customers, but the client, make them feel like that Saturday's a little bit different. Just thought.
I like that. I like that idea. Yeah, yeah. And I think that it's fun to have like a Saturday special. And yes, it is more premium because it's a premium time slot and we are all appreciating each other's time, and I'm appreciating you coming in on a Saturday. But yeah, just budget for whatever you're doing and make sure that it makes sense in terms of, are you charging them more just to give them a premium experience and you're not going to see any of that money in their pocket? You know, just be
mindful. But yeah, I remember I've got a nail salon lady here, and I don't do my nails that often, but when it's conference time, and the only reason I can choose between her and the other person, because they're both really good, the two salons, is when I go in there, she's got a trainee girl that she's sponsoring and who's come across to work in her business, and she gives foot massages.
Oh, great.
I'm like, oh, you're awesome one. And she's a little bit more expensive. She's $10 more expensive, but I go in there and I have an experience. I have such a nice time. So,
do you pay for the foot massage?
No, she just comes over. She wipes your feet. You wear thongs, and you're aware of what goes on. You wear thongs, flip flops. Sorry. So you're aware of what goes on in there, but she wears gloves and she just washes your feet, and then she just gives you a little massage. It might last for, I don't know, 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I paid extra $20 for that massage.
Sounds good. There you go. I want a massage now.
Anyway, so hopefully that's given you some pros and cons about working weekends.
Mostly pros.
Mostly pros. Go for it.
Yeah. Just charge more. I mean, I am just gonna, this will be the hill that I die on. Charge more for your service. Please stop dragging the industry down as a whole. We all need to come up together. Everyone needs to increase their prices by $10 across the board next year. Please start the new year, increase by $10 minimum, and then also add your weekend surcharge as well.
$10 and $20. Let's go with that. It's a good start. $10 for during the week, $10, $20 extra, maybe even
and
25.
After 5 p.m. charge more too.
5 p.m. So hopefully this has given you some incentive and some motivation to have a think about it. But as Alicia said, you know, watch what you spend. Watch your business for about a month. Really analyze it. Have a look at your trade. Have a look at where it's working and what's not working for you. Have a look at when you're losing your staff. Are you losing your staff because of weekend work? Start to think about all those things and talk to someone else about it. You can throw it around with us if you want to get in contact with us. All our information's coming up. Or talk to another salon owner or a friend that's in business. It doesn't have to be a lash business. And say, do you charge for weekends? You know, start to ask the question. Throw it around in a community group. Do you charge extra on weekends? Get some research.
Put it in the community groups and get everyone to start thinking about doing it, and then we all do it together as an industry. Put it out there.
I love the way she's passionate about that.
I just want us to grow better and everyone to start valuing themselves more, because it's, you know, an industry that we need to get out.
Lash industry. We're not just the lash industry. We are the lash industry. We are lash artists and CEOs of lash companies, and proudly producing content and education for a very smart sector. So let's start acting like we are a very smart sector. Sector.
I agree. And if you did find this video helpful and useful and you are going to increase your prices, give us a thumbs up.
We'd be so proud of you.
Yes, please. And if you do increase your prices, I would love, please comment below, because I want to know like what you're doing. If you've increased your prices, tell us when you're increasing them. Tell us how much you increase by, because I just want to see how everyone's doing and how you're all growing as lash artists. That's really exciting to me. So please comment below if you're increasing or you're planning on an increase soon, and feel free to share this with all your lash friends. Get whole community on board, because I want everyone increasing the prices. And jump on our socials as well if you want to see more tidbits, helpful information.
Let me try this. All right.
Oh, here we go.
First time of trying the socials. So jump onto our Facebook, Insta, TikTok accounts. TikTok's the fun one where I do stupid things on headstands and stuff. And check us out on our website if you want to purchase product for your retail space to increase your revenue, www.prolonglash.com for the States and .au for down under. It's been fabulous chatting to you all.
I'm so proud of you. You did so well.
Socials. Look at me go. See, I'm going to start charging more because I'm doing socials now.
There you go.
I'm valuing what I'm worth.
Good job.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.